Hello, today we're going to talk about the zoom function in Cubase. Now there are 1001 different ways you can zoom in Cubase and all sorts of esoteric keyboard controls for doing so. I'm just going to show you what I use, and it's a very small number of functions, but it serves me fine. The first one is to zoom to locators. So I have this event selected at the moment and it's very long, but I don't want to edit the entire event. I want to edit 2 bars worth. So if I just cycle around bars 9 to 11 and now click a magic button that zooms to locators, then it makes that selection as wide as it possibly can. And this works in both editing screens independently. So if I click up here instead and click the same button, then can you see it's zoomed so that I can see the whole of the 2 bars. Now the button that I'm clicking is up to you to choose. I have this programmable keyboard. I'll put details of it below, but it's fantastic. It's I bought it last Christmas and completely invaluable. So I have lots of core functionality assigned to this thing, and I've got 4 options for zooming, all of which we're going to talk about today. So I don't even remember what the keyboard shortcuts are for these things. You can find them in key commands. So this is, I think, zoom locators, zoom to locators. There you go. So I've set it to Shift Z. I don't even think it's got a default mapping. You basically just find a keyboard combination that works for you. My keyboard mappings are completely my own. I throw away stuff that other people would consider sacrosanct. So don't take my specific keyboard mappings as gospel, but the functionality is the important thing. Zoom to locators is brilliant. Then I have control mouse wheel down to zoom out and mouse wheel up to zoom in. I do that a lot, and that works in both windows. So I'm holding control down on the keyboard and I'm scrolling with my mouse using the wheel. That's that. What else have we got? Zoom to selected. So if I choose these notes and then click zoom selected, it makes those fill the entire window as much as it can. Exactly the same in the project window. If I select those 3 events, then it's that, and this big one over here. So it shows you everything it can of everything that's been selected. Let's have a look at where zoom selected is. Zoom to selection horizontally. That's the fella. And you can see I've currently got it mapped to Control Shift S. Zoom full is a great one. That shows you the entire song. If we select an event, it shows you the entire event in the editor down below. If I picked a big event like this bass, then we get the entire song. If I say zoom locators, it shows me that much. Come down here, it shows me that much. So that's the zoom locators. You can see 9 to 11, which is still the locator range that we had all that time ago. And finally, the one more, we need an audio part to show this one off. So when I'm in Vary Audio and I want to edit, in this case, a guitar part, I'll do 2 things. Firstly, remember I've got my locators set to bars 9 to 11, and at the moment it's disappearing off the screen. So if I zoom to locators, I can now see the area of screen that the area of the song that I want to work with. But when you're working in Vari Audio and you're altering pitch, you want your notes to be bigger than this. So now I zoom vertically. Get to the stage where I'm comfortable that I can see enough to work with, and now I could manipulate that note to my heart's content. I can do whatever I want with it. So that's zooming vertically. That's the only instance when I zoom vertically, when I'm editing audio using Vari Audio and I want the individual notes to be nice and chunky so that I can see where the wave is and I can deal with it properly. And I typically work in 2-bar sections when I'm in Vari Audio for exactly this reason, but we'll deal with Vari Audio another time. It's the zoom vertically I wanted to show you. And again, in key commands, this is the fella. Zoom in on waveform vertically. So it might only even work in the audio editor. I don't know, because it's the only time I ever do it. So I've got that set to Alt H, and that's a great one. Zoom in on waveform vertically. Get you to see the audio nice and big and chunky. And that's it. Those are the only zoom features I use. And between that combination, zoom full, zoom selected, zoom locators, zoom vertically, and then the scroll wheel with the control button, for wherever you've got your mouse, that's where it zooms in on. So if I point at 22, it went off too quick there. But if I hover around there, it zooms further and further and further in. And then I've scrolled backwards, and there you go. Zoom full. Brilliant. That's all you need. Don't overcomplicate life. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.